Now we're going to talk a little bit about the signs, the SIGNS signs of trigonometric functions sine, cosine, and tangent. If we think about it, in quadrant 1, both x and y are positive, therefore sine and cosine, and as a result tangent, would all be positive, because remember tangent is sine over cosine. In quadrant 2, the x is negative, but y is positive. So therefore the sine is going to be positive, but cosine is negative, and therefore tangent is negative because of its relationship to sine and cosine. In quadrant 3, both x and y are negative. So that means the cosine is negative, the sine is negative, but when I divide the two, that tells me tangent is positive. And in quadrant 4, x is positive and y is negative, so that tells me cosine is positive, sine is negative, and tangent would also be negative. So based upon x's and y's, I can think which trig functions are positive or negative. Now, some people actually have a little memory aid, and they'll actually draw the 4 quadrants, and they'll write ASTC, and then they'll say all students take calculus or some other type of memory aid. But ASTC tells us in which quadrant each of the trig functions is positive. So A means all, so all trig functions are positive in quadrant 1. S is sine, so that tells us that in quadrant 2 the sine function is positive, cosine and tangent's negative. Quadrant 3, the t is positive, so tangent's positive, but sine and cosine are negative. And in quadrant 4, c, so cosine is positive, so therefore sine and tangent are in fact negative.